This is a really fun movie, you know?
I'm happy and proud of my choice.
It's like a comedy, you know?
Dogs, they're coming. They're coming your way. They'll be here soon.
Hey, they're the dog people, aren't they?
Heel! Damn it. Heel! Mother. Heel. Heel, mother. Heel, mother.
A dog is not human. It's an animal. Nature doesn't care about them. It's sad but true.
Hello, everybody. Welcome to Rough Cuts, our podcast about making my friend Boyk's reasonably angry on a Sunday morning.
Thank you. Thank you.
So we watch a bad dog movie and then immediately talk about it. I'm your host, Ilian. This is my co-host, Boyks.
Hello.
We watched Wiener Dog.
A hilarious comedy. Some might say the funniest film of 2016. In this hilarious vignette anthology, we find out what really makes humans tick with this cool dog.
Is it better than Sausage Party, also from Annapurna, of 2016, as best comedy?
Some would say even more funny and racist.
I don't... Okay, listen.
I don't know if it's more racist.
There's definitely some racism, but I don't know that it's more.
A different racism, maybe? Yeah. There was less Seth Rogen. I know that much.
Mm-hmm.
As we all know, Donkey Kong.
Now with 90% less
Super
Seth
Mario
Rogen.
Brothers movie, yeah.
You can put that on any movie and sell it a little bit more to me, honestly.
It's like now new Funky mode, new Funky Kong mode, but with less Seth Rogen.
Oh
Yeah.
God, yeah. This
I don't know how
film.
I know how to talk about Wiener Dog. I do know how to talk about this.
Oh,
movie.
I can talk about this.
It's just frustrating, I think, is what annoys me the most about it.
We're gonna have some wildly divergent opinions on this, and I love it. It's so good. I'm gonna make you so mad. I almost want to like have more of a take where I praise certain parts of this movie because I know that it'll make you more angry.
Yeah, but that's not being true to your essence, to yourself.
It's not true to art.
That's the being a shit poster part of you. That's not the art part of you.
Boyks.
Everyone loves a little shtick.
Everyone loves a little shtick.
Everyone does love a little
Everyone
shtick.
loves a little shtick. So
you have to put a little shtick into your podcast. Everybody loves a little shtick.
I'm gonna have to put a little shtick in here, and it might just be that this movie is a roller coaster for me, not in the way that most of the bad movies that we see are, but in that, like, we're gonna talk about. So this is an anthology movie. Mm-hmm. It's an anthology comedy, a black comedy,
supposedly.
He died, Tommy.
It is. I would have agreed with you if it had maintained the tone of the first, like, what is it, like 40 minutes or something?
It's like 45, 50 minutes. Yeah.
Yeah. Then I would have fully agreed with you and said, yeah, no, it's not a fucking comedy. But it really comes together. And that's kind of what I mean, is that I think that's the roller coaster. The first half of this movie, and even with the context of the second, I think it gets a little bit better. But man, the first half of this movie is pretty miserable as a watch.
I think you could just cut it out entirely. I don't think it has any value. That's kind of where I'm at on that first half.
I think it needs a wild amount of rewriting.
Yeah.
I do think that... So, the first story of this film, The idea is that it is following a wiener dog through the lives of different people. That's
the framework, supposedly.
Yeah, and at first it tries to actually give a reason why the dog is going from one person to the next. And then it just immediately fucking drops that after like the second story, which
It was too much effort.
yeah.
Yeah.
I feel like the
Well, I
framing
mean, the
doesn't
shtick
work
is that
there.
the dog is the framing.
Yes.
That's the shtick. Like, you're gonna watch this because it's about a wiener dog.
Mhm.
And some idiot, dumbass podcaster is going to be like, "Oh, it's about a wiener dog. We need to watch that."
We gotta watch it for our
That's
dog
the shtick.
podcast. That's why he sold it. He heard our podcast when we started it in 2015. Don't check our timeline.
I don't think it was 2015.
And then he made this in 2016 and went, "I'm gonna get them to read it. I'm gonna get them to watch this. It's gonna be. They're gonna talk about it, and I'm gonna have a hit. Just you wait.
Yeah,
DreamWorks is gonna pick it up any day now. My agent's on the phone."
They heard our first 3 episodes. They're like, "Wait, they did Cop Dog and Karate Dog? Wow, we got to make a film for them."
Damn, I'm
Are you
in.
kidding me? Are you kidding me?
This is the perfect target audience.
I don't know. I know what they're trying to say in this movie. I get it.
Do you? Because I don't 100%. I think it's a bit muddled.
Get it. I just don't know why.
Yeah.
Why?
Yeah, I get.
It's like saying things without saying anything on some of these.
On some of them, yeah. I think it gets muddled in its messaging, and I think that is even part of the messaging. Because this is a movie that is about art, and it's about making art in a lot of ways. And the beginning of it is all the way up its own ass, huffing its own farts. And it is a miserable, horrible watch, and it's meant to be, but that doesn't make it any better.
It doesn't make it compelling.
Yes. Yeah, exactly.
Either.
No.
Like, your movie doesn't have to be about anything. It doesn't.
It doesn't. No. I kind of agree with that. I think that when you try to make it about nothing, though, it always ends up being about something, as it turns out. Like, you can't make it devoid.
Whereas in this case, they had something,
Mm-hmm.
and then like, well, it has to be about that, and then that's as far as they got on the thought. When it comes to like the first 2 stories, I feel.
Yeah, I feel like the first 2 stories. This is where I'm not sure, because I don't know if he's trying to like almost make fun of himself a little bit and the huffing his own farts part, but that like I think that leading with it is bad.
You have to work into that.
Yeah.
Otherwise, you can't win the audience.
Because this starts out as just really rough and off-putting. It is.
Let's talk about the first vignette.
Because it starts as a story where there's this wiener dog in a tiny little cage in a pet store, and a dad picks it up for his kid, brings it home, and the wife immediately starts just screaming at him about how awful he is and how much she hates him and that he shouldn't get this dog. And, like, who's going to clean up when it shits in the house? And he's like, well, the kid's going to clean it, like the son is. And she goes, he's just a kid. And he goes, he's not a kid. He's a survivor. So they immediately have, like, oh, the kid's got cancer. Like, this is just, it's downer after downer. And it's all, like, really stilted, awful dialogue. And it's done very... I actually really like the cinematography in this movie. I think it looks really good.
The visuals are good, yeah.
But this is done very it's very it's flat dialogue.
It's very indie director is what it feels like.
Mm-hmm.
We're like, oh, I'm not gonna make a fucking movie. I'm gonna make a fucking film.
Yes, and it's turned up to 12. And part of it is wondering how much of that is him taking the piss out of that.
I think you and I have different takes on what the movie's about, is kind of where I'm at, too.
Probably.
Like, you think this is self-referential. In that he thinks movies have to be about something. They have to have a major point. You have to throw in the cancer kid
No, I
because
think
it's compelling. And
I think
that's
it's
what
about
he's doing.
No, I think it's about a bunch of things. I think that it's about I think that it's muddied. I think that there's a few things that it's trying to do, but I think that it's mostly about like art being messy, and that sometimes it's uncomfortable and sometimes it's funny and sometimes it's commercial, and like it kind of says I think that it's very I don't think that it has a cohesive point is more my take on it. I think that it is broadly about art, and he has a bunch of things to say about it, and some of them work and some of them don't.
There is a thread through the vignettes, which does appear in every one of them. That's the underlying point that he's trying to make. And the rest is the muddied art, the muddied relationships, the muddied people that just aren't like perfect. The thread that's going through each vignette is about mortality, is about life and the end of life.
Yes,
there's constant conversations
that's
throughout.
Fair. I'd agree with you on that. Yeah.
Like, so this one is Cancer Kid, and his asshole rich parents.
They are the worst. Oh my god.
Who hate each other, hate their kid, hate animals, and somehow think they're the most compassionate people alive.
Yeah.
Like, they suck. A lot.
It's hard to explain how much they suck, and I don't even want to put in the worst stuff because it's actually like it's extremely offensive. Yes.
But you need to, and as an artist, you're like, well, I need to put something offensive in there to make it compelling so that people, like, it's really, really controversial. So now people will talk about my film. And if you open it that way, then suddenly it's like, ooh, there's the shock value. Like, that's where it's getting into its own farts a bit about art. And, like, this is why people care about art. And you don't need to put the shock value 5 minutes into the movie, like, to get people to watch it.
That's the part where I don't know if he's doing that because he's making fun of that a little bit, like that need.
Maybe,
because like I think
can
that
do it in
might be.
It's a very unclever, stupid way to do it.
Sure, it's. Oh, I'd say it's ham-fisted in that way, but I also think that it's, and I also the other thing that I think about with that is that, like you. If you're going to do that, the problem is that even as somebody who tends to like really dark comedies, that tends to like some art films, I'm very willing to do like the slow burns and the indie kind of filmmaker shit, and like I can sit through some real pretentious shit and like it. This is so heavy-handed and so off-putting that I was like, God, I just, everyone is so miserable and everything about this is so miserable that I just want to turn it off.
So Cancer Kid has questions about his dog because the mom's driving him to the vet.
Yeah.
And he's like, well, why are we going to the vet? Oh, because we're going to spay your dog, Wiener Dog. We named Wiener Dog because we didn't name the dog because we're cool. We're the cool parents.
Yeah, like they obviously hate this dog. Even the dad who let him buy the dog and was like, oh, he should get a dog, is like, oh, well, when are we going to let the dog out of its cage in the house? And he's like, well, when it's housebroken, you have to assert your dominance over the dog to...
Because they're animals, not humans.
You have to break their will and form them like clay and all this shit. And when we say cage, it is like this dog can't even stand up, basically. It's miserable.
So they have the conversation about spaying. What does spaying mean? What do we do? Does the dog like it? Like, doesn't the dog have emotions and feelings? What do you mean the dog doesn't know? And all this other stuff.
And she's really repressed about the sexuality stuff.
Yes, she wants to hide all of this from her kid, but she doesn't know how to talk about it at all.
No,
And-
like, because he's like, well, what is that even? Like, he keeps asking her this, and she's like, you know what? I don't even know.
Yeah,
I don't know what
I don't
Spain
know.
is.
Nobody knows.
Nobody knows. And it's like, oh, fuck
Yeah.
off.
Yeah. God, there's a whole conversation after that's the worst thing ever.
Yes.
Yes. But anyway, so
should I talk about that for like 10 seconds and just...
I think it's worth doing because I think it is a very big like content warning
Yes. Yeah. Like,
situation.
so skip like 30 seconds. I'm not going to dwell on this, but she does a quick thing of when she finally explains it to him. She's like, well, what? He's like, well, why do we have to get the dog spayed? And she goes, well, I had a dog when I was a kid and it got pregnant and it was the saddest dog ever because it was raped, and it was raped by like a dirty dog that was named Mohammed, which is basically just like this
Just
horrible,
super
outright
racist.
racist thing, like very obviously. And as the movie goes on, I think that's intentional, like that he was
Mhm.
not saying that this was him being like, look at these people, they're the worst. But God,
Yeah.
it's just, you can pull back a little bit sometimes. Sometimes it's less is more. Do you know what I mean?
So the parents leave for the day,
yes.
and the kid releases the dog from the cage, runs around, eats all the pillows. The kid and the dog, they both
Mhm.
eat all the pillows.
Yes.
Throw feathers everywhere.
Yeah.
And then the dog's like, I'm hungry, so he feeds him a bunch of granola with chocolate.
Yeah.
And this gives the dog diarrhea. Wow,
Whoa,
diarrhea! That's so
funny.
funny.
You get a
And then we get
huge
long,
dolly
artsy
shot.
shots of a dolly shot going down the street of just diarrhea droppings for like 4 minutes.
With piano music over it and very
Yes. This is art. People love diarrhea shots. So yes, they'll love the scene. Oh, it's so good. Fuck
I said,
you.
yeah, and this is where I was more willing to put up with it when the movie is better later on. I think if you had
Mhm.
done that, like if this is out of order, he needed to
Because I have no trust for the filmmaker at this point to know where this is going.
Yes, I don't know that he is doing this as like a, fuck art,
yeah.
Fuck these indie art filmmakers that do this shit. And I think that that's what he's doing based on the later stuff. But he
Mhm.
needed to, like, if you started with the Danny DeVito story and then went to this,
maybe.
I think that would give the context of, like, because then it's all about, like, oh, these fucking pretentious, like, film student assholes and, like, just the industry and all this stuff. And then you show that, then it would very much feel to me like it's going like, oh, look at these, like, jerking
Look, you have to put
themselves
this
off.
shit in your movie to make people watch it. Like, that's what he's doing.
Or to
I
be like
think,
a
maybe, yeah.
serious artist, you've got to, like, it.
Yeah.
That's kind of what it feels like afterwards. But I think that it really, I mean, and I guess that I'm saying that you need to talk down to your audience, which is something I don't say a lot, but I just wasn't bought in yet. I wasn't there on that level with this, and it was just, it's not a fun watch at this point, and you're not in on the joke yet, and I think that it doesn't work.
So after the hilarious diarrhea scene, we get the hilarious "we're driving your dog to the vet to put it to sleep" scene.
Yeah.
So then the kid's like, "Hey, what's death? What do you mean? What do you mean you're putting him to sleep? Is that good? Wait, you're gonna get rid of the dog and kill it because it's sick? So what about me? I'm cancer, kid."
And she goes, "Oh no, being put to sleep is great. They love it.
They love dying.
These are the
You will
most
too.
miserable people imaginable. They're so bad.
It's
God,
awful.
it's
just
so
awful.
bad.
That this kid's gonna grow up great.
Well, if he grows up, because that's kind of
I mean,
a thing in the background.
he's already an honor student, and he's like a gifted kid. I'm sure it'll be fine. Anyway, so they bring the dog to the vet to put it to sleep because it's sick, and they didn't take care of it. And then the vet tech just suddenly, as the main veterinarian is not paying attention, leaves with the dog. Is like, we're not killing this fucking dog. Are you kidding me?
Which is kind of weird in the way that, I mean, I guess that was how he managed transition from one vignette to the next, because this is now the second vignette. This is
before he gave up on transitioning.
This is before he gave up on transitioning it, and I think that sucks. Like, I think I like this movie more than you like this movie, but I think that there's things that it's just like he wrote himself into a corner and was like, "Fuck, I don't know how to connect the rest of these." And it was like, dude, you didn't need to do it in the first place. Like, it was fine with not explaining how the dog goes from one spot to the next. But
because you did, you've opened up a problem.
Now he opens up a problem, yeah.
Yeah.
Like I said, that's why I feel like, in so many ways, I think this movie's just out of order. It needed to not... Like, this needed to be
maybe
middle
it's
or
like
something.
Pulp Fiction, you know? Like, it's supposed to be understood at the end when you see everything out of order, and you're like, it's art. There's feet everywhere, and Quentin Tarantino's smelling all of them.
Yes, yeah, that's... You can really smell the feet through the movie. I liked watching...
Whenever Tarantino's there, yeah, you can.
Pulp Fiction in 4D, let me tell you. Whole new experience. But, it's funny because, like, she grabs this dog and takes it, and my reaction to that was, she wouldn't have to, like, run away from her job and sneak this dog out. No vet is going to just, oh, well, we don't really like this dog. Can you just kill it? And go, yeah, sure.
Yeah, sure. I mean, so are there legal repercussions if you release a dog to a vet to be euthanized and instead they take the dog? I don't know what that would be.
I don't think
that's what they're implying, though.
Maybe.
Like, she has to be sneaky about it. But anyway, yeah. It's not important. She takes the dog home. She calls it Duty because it's a diarrhea dog, and it's very funny that it's a diarrhea dog.
God, this first half sucks.
It's so funny. I love poop. And then, so she goes to the convenience store with her dog, and she meets an old classmate who was a bully, who bullied everybody in school and was a real piece of shit, and she cannot not fuck him.
Kieran Culkin. He's so dreamy. Hey, do you remember how there was that like queer kid that it's like, oh yeah, I think he was gay. No, they were transgender. Oh yeah. Do you remember how you like beat the ever-loving shit out of him all the time? Like, took him into the parking lot, like kicked him onto the ground, and like assaulted him, gave him a concussion? No, I don't remember any of that.
Oh. God,
I didn't do... Yeah. No, like that was just kind of Tuesday for me. Like that's the vibe, is he's very like, oh, I did that to everybody. Anybody that I thought was like not cool enough to be around me. And it's like, oh, Christ. Like, this is the thing. All of these people are the absolute worst for the first two. And so it's so unwatchable in a way because of just...
I think there's something I get about this one. This vignette. I get what they're doing.
It's definitely better than the first. Like, the first is...
It's better than the first one.
The first is a 1 out of 10 for me. It is...
Yeah.
It maybe
just
goes up to like a 4 if it's put in the right order, but even then it's like, I don't think that it's the most effective way to do this.
So she sees him drinking a Pepsi and then having farts, like in Home Alone.
Yeah.
And
like he's known for.
And she's like, wow, Duty would be great with you. We should go. What are you doing? Oh, I'm gonna get in a van and drive to Ohio to do some crystal meth.
Oh, cool. I'll do that. No, I'm joking.
Oh,
spoiler.
Well,
he's not joking.
But he was just gonna drive around Ohio and do some meth.
And actually do some meth. That was it was a joke, but not really.
Not really. So as they're driving along, they pick up a mariachi band. Which doesn't play like your standard mariachi music, but does have a music video in the movie.
They do, yeah.
And then they just dump them somewhere else. They're like, all right, thanks, mariachi band.
I hope you have a good life. Go get a job. And they go, yeah, we'll try.
The mariachi band is like, man, America fucking sucks.
Yup.
Which I think is very funny.
Yes.
That I think is funny.
Yeah.
I don't want to be here. This place blows.
Yeah, it's
But
and they're
we're
like,
here now.
do you really want to be in Mexico more? And they're like, yes. Absolutely.
What about all? Isn't
We
it
should go
dangerous
back
in
to
Mexico? No. Are you a white woman in America? What are you saying?
They're like,
What?
I mean, they're like, yeah, it is. It can be dangerous, but also at least there's like community.
Yeah, right.
Was what their reply.
So-
I'm like, yeah, mm-hmm.
They dump them somewhere else, and then eventually they go to a house in a suburban neighborhood, which has meth guy's brother
Yes,
and his wife living there. And they're playing video games, well-known video game Postal 2 that everybody's played with Gary
you caught it in
Coleman.
the first 5 seconds of footage, and I was like, Jesus Christ, dude, you can't know Postal 2 that well.
Well, that's because nobody should know Postal 2. It's a bad game.
Yes, yeah, that's why I didn't know, because I knew Postal 2 was bad.
Yeah.
So why did you know it?
Well, it's because it's got Gary Coleman in it, and I play every video game with Gary Coleman. Clearly.
Okay, I mean, I'll get you there. That's just art.
Yeah, that's art. Art.
Like a
So,
5-minute long dolly shot of diarrhea.
We don't really know why the vet tech's still driving around with him. It's like she's just listless and doesn't know what she wants to do in life, and she kind of has the hots for this guy, but he's obviously doing meth constantly and just lying to her about shit.
Yeah, like it shows him in the hotel room, like, needling up while she's hanging out on the bed with the mariachi band. It's a wild visual. But I think some of that is very indie filmmaker comedy. Like, that starts to...
That is very indie filmmaker. But as he's talking to his brother, he's like, hey, you remember Dad? Remember how he, like, drank a lot? We should talk about alcoholism.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Well, he drank a lot, right? Yeah? But he stopped, right? Yeah, he stopped. But what if he didn't stop? But he stopped.
But he said he stopped. Yeah.
But he didn't stop.
But he
restarted. But I thought he stopped.
He started again. That's the thing. And now he's dead because of it.
And now he's dead. But he can't be dead because he stopped.
Because he stopped.
But what if he stopped? I thought he stopped. No, he's still drinking, and now he's dead. But he can't be dead. And it's just in a fucking circle for like 5 minutes. Which I get what they're doing. I get it. It doesn't make it less annoying.
Yeah. It's also not funny.
It's supposed to be an allegory between like his meth problem and their dad's alcoholism.
Yes,
and
yeah, very much.
Like,
like,
it's the whole thing. It's really obvious that's the connection.
Mm-hmm.
And then the brother's like, okay, well, you're gonna stop doing drugs, right? Yes, I promise. But Dad promised, so does he actually promise? Because he's a known lying piece of shit.
It's very obvious that it's like another person in this poor guy's life is saying, no, I'll definitely stop doing the thing that's killing me.
Yeah.
And
it's
a thing on addiction for sure.
It's about addiction for sure. And then the vet tech lady just like leaves the dog with them and they drive off.
Yes.
And that's the end of that vignette. That vignette, by the way, reminds me a lot of a movie I watched last year or the year before, Dinner in America.
Okay.
Which is a film about a like punk guy who does drugs and is not a great person, but he cares about people. And there's this girl who is getting bullied constantly because she's not like she's different than
bullyable.
all the I guess.
I get it. Yeah, no, I see what
it's
you're saying. You're
because
saying that you would bully her. I get. I know.
No, it's because she's quirky and not like a what society thinks, like
yeah. So it's someone that you look at and you immediately go, I could bully the shit out of them.
But he's like, hey, fuck that, and he stands
Yeah.
up for her. And then they start having this weird quirky romance, and they go to punk shows and all this other stuff. And it's not like great with its messaging.
Sure.
It's not perfect. But it's this story about this budding romance between these two weirdos and how society is fucked up around them. And how they're
Sure.
just trying to push through that. And this reminds me of that same quirkiness, that same idea of like, let's get these two weirdos together
Yeah, I can see that. Yeah.
and talk about life and what they're trying to do and what America is around them and all that
Mhm.
stuff. So I'm like, okay, this could be done better, but I at least understand the point, unlike the first part.
Yeah, the first part's the point is to be miserable, I think, and that's not.
I think.
Yeah, you said like you get it, but it could be done better, and that was actually what I was going to say later. Is that it's this whole movie? I get the messaging. I kind of like the messaging in some points. I think overall I'm kind of okay about the movie, which I didn't think I would be, because boy, I was 8 minutes in, I almost said, do we want to just do a different,
Right.
I'm sorry I picked this one, maybe we should just not do this. But the thing is that even though there's parts of it that I like, even though I get the messaging and sometimes I kind of agree with it, or like how I was talking about at the beginning, how I said like it might work better later on, I feel like there's a lot of other movies that have done this better. Like it's just,
Yes.
I would never recommend this as the first movie that's got this kind of messaging. There's a different film that I can think of for almost everything that it's trying to do, where I'd be like, okay, yeah, I get what they're doing here, and I kind of agree with the message. You shouldn't watch this one, though. There's a different movie that you should watch.
Yeah,
because
right.
it's better. This one's fine, I guess. Is the best that I can muster.
But we go from the terrible opening to the drug addiction story to
And a
funny.
talk about death. Yeah, talk about, oh, dad's dead, to intermission. Woo!
Funny intermission.
Quirky.
Haha. Don't forget to
comedy
go get your
time.
snacks and take a piss. Haha.
Yeah, they do an intermission scene of like a wiener dog walking across a green screen to a song that was shortlisted for an Academy Award for
somehow
reasons.
Yeah.
It's fine.
And it walks through all your favorite places, like a strip club.
It was, it was okay. Like
Okay.
meadows of cows and then a strip club and
but then it goes to the third vignette, which I think is probably the best, or the fourth one. One of those I think is the best. I don't know which. They're close for me.
I think the third one is the best, although I think the fourth one has the best moments, if that makes sense. The third is the best overall.
I like the characters the best in the fourth one.
Yes, like I think that
yeah.
Ellen Burstyn plays a character in the fourth one,
Yeah.
and her character is the best in the movie. I think that this one is the most cohesive and is the most on message and maybe more the core of the movie than anything else. Like it actually this one actually gets to what the movie is trying to say, which at 60 minutes in kind of thing is like, fuck, you could have done that earlier.
Right. So it starts off with Danny DeVito, who is a teacher at a film school, being pitched Marvel movie ideas that are different Marvel movies, because Marvel already has the license, but I don't. So I'm doing this instead, and it's like Sticky Fingers, from like the Sticky Bandits from Home Alone 2, but if they were villains in a Marvel movie,
And they're like a superhero, but they've got but their hands just grab things.
And you can't steal my idea. This is confidential, but like the Sticky Bandits from Home Alone 2.
And what if okay, well, so what movies do you like? What are you basing it off of? Oh, well, I like a lot of movies. I like movies.
Oh, can you name a movie you watched in the last week that you really love?
Well, I know that this is like a trick question, but because there's just so
name...
many movies that just come
how
out.
About How about a movie in the last year? Just name a movie, any film.
Well, I mean, there's so many that are just art, and I think all art is art, and I like movies. Which, like, that, see, and this is where I was like, okay, the writer actually kind of gets it. Now I'm starting to see where he was going. But again, it sucks that it's 60 minutes in that you get it.
What do you mean? Just name a fucking movie. This isn't a...
I don't need them.
How do you not watch movies? So the frustration there, and what he's saying is that film students don't understand or appreciate film. They just understand and appreciate the idea of creating a film.
Yes, yeah, I think that's some of what
to
he's
an
saying.
Extreme.
For sure. Mm-hmm.
It's like, well, I don't appreciate film. I don't like the lighting. I don't care about the shot that was made. I don't care about the plot. I don't care about the actors in this particular scene. I just want to make a movie. And I don't know what the fuck that means. And I'm like, it's just taking the piss out of students, I think, is what it is. And the people that are entry into the profession, in a way.
Yeah. And this is all, but it also shifts tone then, or like targets, right? Because it's Danny DeVito listening to this, and it turns out that he is a professor of film studies, and he is writing his own script. And in writing his own script, he's dealing with his agent, and his agent is like, oh yeah, no, it's, I love your script, it's great. I've just been in meetings for the last, 3 months and haven't been able to actually, really read it. But I'm leaving the agency and I've sent it on to somebody else, and it's the best thing that could happen to you. I swear. I promise. Definitely. 100%. I'll get the other lady. Oh, she's actually on a conference call also, but I'll get her later. She'll definitely contact you. And then she contacts him and she's like, oh yeah, no, I sent it on to DreamWorks. It's amazing. Did you read it? Yeah, it's at DreamWorks.
It's like DreamWorks. He's getting jerked around constantly by Hollywood and by the industry.
So it shifts targets to that as that commercialism is also awful.
And we kind of get some information in the background. There's a movie poster for a movie that he wrote in his office.
Yes.
And he mentioned he made one movie, which makes him an expert.
Mm-hmm.
He knows how to write things. He made a movie that went to the theaters. And
was a big hit, it seems, in this universe, right?
It seems.
Kind of implies that it was successful.
Then it kind of moves to well, you made a movie. Does that make you an expert at all? Period. So then it starts asking that question.
Yeah, then it turns it from oh, well, these students are full of piss, and then the industry itself is just kind of this. The
industry sucks, and the people teaching this at film school don't know what the fuck they're talking about.
But then even the artists themselves are fucking clueless assholes that have no idea what they're doing.
Yep.
Because they have a whole thing of what if then?
What if then what?
Yes, then what?
Every movie needs to have a what if. What if the wife shows up? Then what?
Then what? And that's your movie. That's what a movie is. That's how you write a movie.
And the student that he's talking to at the time is like, well, I want to make a movie about gender and how it talks about and coming into your own and fluidity. Okay, but what if what happens? What's in the movie? There's not a story now. You're just talking about ideas. That's not a story.
And the funny thing is that they're both right.
Yes.
Because the student is really mad because he's like, man, this dude is so fucking old and out of touch, and he's only written one fucking movie ever, and he somehow thinks that makes him an expert, but he has one thing that he ever says, and it's just, what if, then what? And that's so fucking stupid. It's the only thing, which is true. But then on the other side of, okay, yeah, but where's the tension in your movie? I know you're trying to talk about this, all these gender roles and all these, but what's the move? What's the tension? Where is the movie?
How are you engaging the audience?
Yeah,
you need to be thinking about that when you're making a film.
And so,
unless your film's about nothing.
Mm-hmm. This is definitely the one that I liked the most personally. Like I said, this one was the most cohesive to me, and it's the most cohesive in that it's also not at all cohesive.
Mhm.
It's because it's really saying, in so many ways, to me at least, my take on it is that it is a lot of art is all bullshit, and everybody has their own takes on it, and everybody's full of shit. Like the industries, the executives and agents and stuff are full of shit, and they'll jerk you around. The film students are pretentious assholes that don't actually care about film. They just want to make movies, and they don't understand why. The teachers are out of touch old dinosaurs that don't understand it. Nobody fucking knows. Just go and do it. And it's a lot of that internal conflict of art.
And then they also had a director show up of a recent film.
Yes.
Who had graduated from that school, and his message was, you should drop the fuck out.
Yep.
This is a waste of your time, and it's basically all luck.
Yes.
So even he's jaded and making fun of the teacher that was there, Danny DeVito. Like, the whole industry, the whole thing to get into film is just this jaded, miserable mess of nobody knows anything.
Yeah, and it's all contradictory, where it's kind of... I do like that complex thought of, like, everybody's a bit right and everybody's a lot wrong.
Yeah.
And Danny DeVito gets made fun of in this lecture, and he had agreed to show up for it because he got pulled into an office by HR at the university. And she's like, oh, I just want to have a nice, friendly chat.
No, you're a great teacher here.
HR is never your friend. Yeah.
Fuck you.
Celebrity is a terrific...
Look, as your friend, I want to tell you, HR is not your fucking friend.
Yeah,
Do
we
not
instantly
listen to
pulled...
HR.
Whoa, fuck this. Oh, no.
No.
And yeah, and that is immediately what happens. Is she's like, oh, you know, how's your script going? I love your stuff. And she's just chatting up really friendly to him. And, oh, don't worry, this isn't a serious talk. Also, you're gonna get fired.
Also, we got a lot of fucking complaints, and if you don't shape up, we're gonna fucking get rid of your ass.
Yep.
Thanks, HR.
Thanks, HR. Thanks for being my friend.
Yeah. So, Danny does the one thing that would make the most sense. He buys a bunch of stuff off of the internet.
Yes.
And from random people on the street.
And also a nice little dog dress for his little wiener dog.
A cute little dog dress.
Puts it in a cute princess dress.
Yeah.
And then he straps a fucking bomb to it.
He sure does.
Because he's so depressed about all the industry and all these people and just everything. And he leaves the office after talking to the student that was like talking about making kind of transgressive art and how he wants to do like a real art film that matters, and gives him basically the same advice that he just always does because he doesn't actually know what he's doing. He quickly runs out of the building and leaves this dog there, and they all go, hey, is that his dog? Wait, it's got a bomb. And then it like has the police show up, and they have the bomb squad like reach towards the dog. And it kind of ends with him showing up at his apartment complex, getting arrested by the FBI.
Yeah, the FBI, he pulls out his driver's license because they're asking for people's licenses, which, hey, get a fucking warrant.
Stop and frisk is illegal. Fuck off.
You can't do that shit. But anyway, he gives it to him. The FBI guy walks over. He's like, hey, are you such and such Danny DeVito? What if I am? Then what?
Then what? Which, that was great. I thought that was a great.
That feels like a Tales from the Crypt punchline, is what it feels like to me.
Yeah, but it was funny.
But it was a nice cherry on top, I think. Yeah.
Yes. Yeah, I think that was good, yeah.
And then we cut over to Nana.
And this is the best character. I liked Danny DeVito's character quite a lot. He's just this sad sack, but holy shit, Nana.
So Nana is at her home with her assisted living like nurse. And she's surrounded by art, paintings everywhere.
Yes. Mostly naked.
Mostly naked. and her granddaughter shows up with her very cool friend slash life partner, Fantasy.
Yes. Who's wearing a clear plastic pink jacket over a
Yep.
pink...
You know what? Fantasy knows how to use the 3
Shirt.
seashells.
Oh,
Like,
God,
that's
yes.
the important thing.
Yeah, Fantasy is from another time, and I love him.
It's so good. And then, so Fantasy leaves to go walk the dog so that the granddaughter and Nana can have a conversation.
Yes. The dog,
and-
whose name is...
Cancer.
Wait, why would you name it that?
It felt right.
Which almost feels like it should be a tie-in to the first vignette, I guess, but it really isn't. It kind of ties into the mortality bit again,
Yeah.
I guess.
Because Nana's obviously, like, she's dying of cancer.
She's dying, too, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. But, it's a really awkward conversation.
Oh, yeah. This whole movie is awkward
whole
conversations, but this one's, yeah.
Yeah, Fantasy's pissed off that people are calling his work derivative
Mm-hmm.
and a whole bunch of shit, because he does taxidermy robots
Yes.
out of real animals. And it's very offensive and shocking, and people, it's so controversial. People love to talk about his art.
Yeah.
Yeah. But anyway, so she talks to her Nana, who does, of course, nude art.
You know, Nana used to do some painting when she was young, didn't you, Nana?
I posed nude and spread my legs.
And she's like, hey, I brought you this thing. It was like a spur of the moment gift. It's an ostrich egg. You can like eat it or whatever. What do you think?
Be really careful with it. It's expensive and hard to get. And the nurse takes it, and you hear like a garbage disposal in the background.
Yeah. Oh,
Fuck
great.
this shit. Yeah.
Hey, I got a part in a movie. I'm like a crackhead, but I have 2 speaking lines, so that's pretty cool, right?
Sure, whatever. How much money do you
Whatever,
want?
kid. Yeah, what do you want? You never show up. It's been 4 fucking years since you've been here. What do you want? So she gives her a check.
Yep.
After some other drama and such going on. And she asked for 10,000, but she gave her a blank check. Just write it in. I don't care anymore.
Yeah, it's really... as a lot of this movie, it's very depressing.
And then she goes outside with her dog, Cancer, to go sit on a bench and falls asleep. And then we get the coolest scene ever.
I think this scene rules. This scene's great. She gets haunted by the elfin child of her past.
Yeah, this
And
is a
it's-
creepy kid. They got a good creepy kid.
They got a really good creepy kid. It's supposed to be her as a child, and they just like clone her all over the woods here as she's like talking to herself from the past, and herself is like, oh, these are all of the different yous that there could have been. This is the you if you had decided to be an artist. And this is the you if you hadn't stayed up till 2 a.m. one night at Jeremy's house. Like,
Yeah.
it's like really, really asinine bullshit for some of it, which, as someone who can really dwell on really dumb minutia from the past, just kind of really hit home.
I think what's funny is that they all look the same except for
Yes.
a different dress.
Yeah, they're
So
all exactly the same.
The you in
That
all
too.
those situations is still,
It's still you.
It's not.
Yes.
It didn't change.
Yeah.
There's nothing weird. None of them has like a robot eye or anything weird. It's just you.
I think
Hi me.
I'm sure that was on purpose. Yeah, like, because it's doing it as like, oh, like, think of all these regrets you could have of all these little things, and it's like, you'd still just be fundamentally you. Like,
It's
honestly,
just the same.
and,
Yeah.
and so many of the changes are exceptionally tiny. Like, one was that stuck with me was, this is you if you had tipped more.
Yeah. That was
Which
funny.
that was very funny. That was a really good joke.
And then she's like, no, I don't want to go. I don't want to die. And she wakes up. But her dog Cancers ran off. And we get the dog running into the street. And of course it's a dog movie. So the dog gets hit by a car.
Yeah, by a semi.
In a very graphic scene.
Really,
I gotta say.
kind of awful.
It's like overly graphic.
Yeah, very very upsetting on purpose. I mean, this movie definitely has its shock value, and
But
they
then
sure go for
then
it here.
it beats the dead horse by having the dog get run over again and again and again by increasingly goofier cars.
Yeah, like ending with a smart car. Like,
Yeah.
it's
And I'm like, that just kind of beats the message over the head about like the mortality and death and all the stuff that they've been trying to say.
the
but then
absurdity and comedy of
the
life.
absurdity
and
of life. But then it cuts from there to fantasy. Now with his
Yes.
$10,000
6 months
at his-
later.
at his cool art exhibit. And it zooms in on our Wiener Dog, who has now become art in death.
Mm-hmm.
And its head rotates in a really gross robotic fashion.
To look
And
at the
barks.
camera and goes,
And then it ends. So I'm like, okay, so when does the art stop? Is the art eternal? Is it... What is art? I don't know. I don't fucking know. Thanks for coming to my movie. Like...
And I think that's what it's saying. I think that there is the ambiguity of its message is kind of on purpose. But if I were to look at a movie for that type of a message, I would immediately go, just watch Adaptation.
Yeah, or I'd say Watch Dinner in America is another good movie I mentioned. There's a lot of movies that just do this way better.
Yeah, like if you want it, like especially for that like middle that third vignette of Danny DeVito and like the studio's shit, writers are shit, people that are teaching writing are shit, like just no one knows anything and art is absurd nonsense. Like watch Adaptation, because Adaptation is the perfection of that, and this is a very
Or watch Zooks.
don't, or you could not.
Zooks is art.
Zooks is art. There's a lot of absurdity that you can find in a lot of art.
Yeah.
But my issue again is that, because like, especially for the third vignette, like the adaptation, like parallels are really there for that, and like that kind of messaging. And I think that that's also again ties into some of the beginning and kind of, because I think it's kind of doing the meta pull-out thing of like each of these is almost a different movie from those people in a way, like because there's kind of the more commercial ones, and then there's the we're just going to be transgressive and depressing in the first one. And Adaptation also does the same thing where the first like 45 minutes of Adaptation in a way are kind of boring, like they're stale, but it still has a hook. It actually has a hook, and you're interested in where the character is going, and it has some yucks and some moments to drag you along with it until it gets to those points and it pays off all of that. Whereas this starts out just telling you to go fuck yourself and go away. And I wanted to be like, okay. Like, I just wanted to be like, fine. Turn it off.
I won't watch your garbage.
Yeah,
see
like,
if I care. Yeah.
It needed some kind of hook in the first bit.
I don't
and it doesn't
mind
have
a vignette movie that's artsy. There's another movie I think that is like this, that is also very flawed.
Sure.
And that movie is from the director of Rubber.
Mm-hmm.
Called Smoking Causes Coughing.
Yeah, I knew it. Yeah, I haven't seen it, but I know about this.
And that movie has the same problems in a way where we have all these vignettes with this leading story in between that kind of connects them, and none of the vignettes are like good. But it's compelling in some way, and then it just kind of peters out into some sort of message at the end that it can't really figure out what it is.
Yeah, Yeah,
Where
that's kind of how I feel. On this.
the difference between that is that there's a bunch of French people smoking, so it's immediately they're sniffing.
Then
their
you
own
know
farts.
it's art. Yeah, it's absolutely art. Then
It's
French
art when there's
people?
French people smoking the whole movie.
Holy
You
shit,
know
that's super
it's
art. Damn.
So I think the way to fix this movie is to add a bunch of French people to America that are all smoking that are not the French mom at the beginning.
I was gonna say, wait a minute, hold up.
They had a French woman, but she was not smoking.
They had a French woman at the beginning, and she's talking about death a lot to a kid. That sounds pretty art, but you're right.
It's the cigarette.
She needed to have a cigarette.
That's the problem.
Now the question is, would it?
Yeah, so she has a cigarette. What if, then what? Like, is that why the kid got cancer?
Yeah, there you go. What if, then what?
It brings it all together.
My question is, does that cigarette need to be on one of the long, thin cigarette holders to be better? And I mean, the answer is yes, obviously. I don't know why I asked, but that's kind of rhetorical.
It makes it art.
It's more art.
You might as well give the kid a cigarette, too, while you're at it. Like, that just makes it more art.
Oh, fuck. That would be so art.
Yeah.
We should make a movie again. Yeah,
I haven't
every time I
haven't seen a movie, but I think I could make one. You know?
What's a movie that you've seen that you really liked in the last, year?
That's a really hard one, but I do like movies and films. I think movies should be watched.
I actually don't know if there's a movie that I've liked in the last year, so there's that.
I saw Rental Family, the Brendan Fraser movie. There you go.
Oh. Okay.
Yeah. That is also a vignette movie, oddly enough.
Oh. Huh. I literally have not heard of that.
Brendan Fraser plays an actor in Japan who acts like your family. People pay him to be a emotional support for their life for X amount of days. It's a weird movie. It's good though.
Sure. I could see how that could be interesting. I like a lot of weird movies like this. I just felt that this one, like I said, I kind of agree with almost everything it was doing. Even the beginning, I think I came around on once I understood the rest of the movie, which I think is where we differ a bit, because I think that you just, no matter what, you hate that thing. And I don't think that I liked it, but I think there's some...
I think it starts at a 1, it goes to like a 5, maybe like a 7, and then maybe like an 8. And it just kind of ramps in quality as it goes.
Yes, definitely. And I think that retrospectively that first part is better, but that to me just tells me that they fucked up on the order. It didn't need to be the third vignette, the one that I liked the most at the beginning, to hook me. But it needed to, at least give me the second one first, so that I understand that it's not just this miserable, awful, gross, I'm gonna sit here and torture this child and dog and you, the audience, at the same time.
Well, speaking of mortality, this episode's not gonna end anytime soon unless we rate that dog.
Let's kill this podcast by rating the dog.
I think there's 3 different dogs, I think, because one of them does get passed. But I don't know if it's the same dog for the later 2. So we have Wiener Dog, who is also Duty.
Who's also Duty, who's then Duty.
We have Unnamed Dog in Film School, who is the bomb.
Yes.
And then we have Cancer Dog.
You already got my rating. I was going to say this dog is the bomb.
There's one good dog between all these dogs.
And it's the one that was going to blow up a film school.
Somehow.
If there's one thing that I can agree with, it's that the dog should really just bomb a film school.
In Minecraft.
Please don't listen to me. Yeah, in
Minecraft.
Or Roblox. It's either way.
I feel like the dog was not really important to the film, other than a punchline at the end. which is a shame. That dog really should talk to her, like, talent agency. I know that they've been giving her
They've
the
been in
runaround
conference.
for the last,
Like the
4
DreamWorks is
months,
going to
but-
talk to them soon. It's good things are happening.
And she didn't even have a speaking line, right? Like, the whole film.
No.
Maybe.
Whoa. At the end, the dog turns to the camera and goes, bark.
No, that's not the dog. That's.
Wait, do we have to rate that dog then too? Is that a different dog?
No, that's art. That's not a dog. Dogs can't be art. They're dogs. I don't know.
I think art can be anything.
we
What if dogs are art? Then what?
Then what? I think we rate this dog art out of 10. I guess. That's my rating. I don't know.
What if we rate this dog? Then what? So
Then the podcast will end.
Then the podcast will end. And you could all. What if you gave us money on Patreon? Then what? Then we could keep doing this podcast, and pay for hosting fees and buying these fucking movies, because for some reason we keep doing that. We have to pay to watch this.
Amazon has the same question. Why do they keep buying all these movies?
What if they watch Wiener Dog? Then what should I recommend them? And the answer is generally some other garbage like Wickensburg, Return to Wickensburg 3, The Wickening.
No. I don't want to get
Wickensburg 3 is happening. You do know that, right?
No.
If you like our podcast, you can support us on Patreon. We do really appreciate it. You can also send us emails. We're roughcutscast@gmail.com. We're on Blue Sky, where we're roughcuts, RUFF, which I imagine you know because you're listening to our podcast. I'm going to go enjoy my time outside to fall asleep and talk to my elfin self from the past.
This is you without Airbud.
Yeah. That's not a horror.